Hello, welcome to PTB Designs for You. Today I'm going to make the other match to this earring. It is a chain inspired boho kind of chic um, look. I've incorporated a chain with just with a connector, and I've done a spiral wire wrap in the middle, spiral wire wrap, and just a little black chain with a little dangle on the end. I made the ear wire and just connected a black rondelle with it. To get started, I used, of course, chain. I used two different types of chain. I used 11 OC beads. I used 8 OC beads, and then just change in bugle beads. Anything you want to do. I mean, it's your creation. You know, I made this bracelet out of 11O and 8O seed beads, and I just wanted something to go with it. This is the bracelet, and the theme is black and gold, or the theme of the colors are black and gold. Okay, so first things first, I did I took, I think it's approximately 6 inches of black aluminum wire, and I took about um, 24 inches of 24 gauge wire. I didn't want the gold to be too uh, thick, as I want to say, but I didn't want it to be seen. So I used 24 instead of 20, and then instead of 26, I thought that would be too thin because I did want it to show, although I didn't want it to be too thick. So I used 24 gauge wire. And that's literally the name of it, wire. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby, not too. And the reason why I'm taking my jeweler's cloth and going over it, it hardens it a little bit, and it also straightens the wire out some. I can use my nylon pliers, but this was right here, so I just used it. I did use my um, flesh cutters, round nose pliers, bent nose pliers, flat nose pliers, and my 6 bell round nose bell making. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna bend my wire like so, just to get it started around my black wire. And this was kind of like random as far as how I did it. So to get it started, I just turn it one time, and then I just looped around several times. I'm gonna say about 10 times. It's hard to talk and count at the same time. 4, I guess. 5, 6. You can't hardly see it because my finger's in the way, but 7. And I'm going kind of slow so they can stay close. But as you go, you can't always push it to bring them together. Since I'm going to bend them, they're not going to be together. But if you keep it close to start with, in the end, uh, they won't be so spread apart. Okay, after I did 10, I just kind of went down the wire, just randomly, then when I got some done, I just went with my 10 again. 1, 2. This is just to bring a little definition, decor, or whatever to the piece. So I just about 10 times, and I done lost count. So if it's not 10, it's not 10. And you can't count the rings. So be careful not to overlap though, because it'll make it bulky. You don't want that right now. Then I went down the wire again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have y'all noticed that when I started doing jewelry, I didn't count as much, but now I count everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and spread it out. 4, 5, 6, I'm sorry, 7, 8, 9, 10. And paying attention to my other one, I wanted to see if I had some going into the circle. And I really don't. It's at the bottom, but it's not really in the circle. So I'm going to do a couple, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if it's not exactly like that one, it's okay. 1, 2, and I'm just gonna not spread it out too wide. And then when I got to the end, I just made sort of like a ball. I just kept wrapping it and wrapping it, overlapping this time, just to create a ball until my wire went out. Okay, so once my wire went out, this is what I had. And what I did then was took my round nose pliers and just started spiraling. I went that way, then I just spiraled it. And since it's aluminum, it will turn very easily on its own. Let's see, I did about right to right here. And then I just created an indentation to keep it to stand up, to keep it to make it stand up straight. And then I really just kept bending it. I bent it there. Then I came and bent it here. And then I used my fingers to kind of mush it down. And I turned it here. And I turned it here. And I'm pushing down because I didn't want it a long earring. So that's why I started pushing it down, so that I didn't have a long earring, because this is just one of the focal points. Snip this off. Okay, so I want it to be front facing. Whether it doesn't matter what side, but I want it to be front facing. So therefore, I want to have my loop going front facing because I'm going to put a jump ring on it. Cut this little excess and then make my loop. Starting with the very, 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 very edge and turning it in. So, and this is what you have. Okay, so that's one of my pieces. My other piece, I used a head pin. Thought I had those out. And I just took one of my little 11-0 beads and I took a 11-0 rondelle faceted and a bugle bead and then another black one and okay, so that's what another component. Do the same thing. I think I crushed that gray, the gold one the last time. Put it here, up, down, change my pliers and go back. Make sure it goes all the way back. Change pliers again, hold it, turn it one. I see why I broke it the last time. I didn't create enough space between my bend and my first bead. Because when I go, and also, it's also good to, when you cut on a bend. Wherever it bends, cut on that bend and it'll be so much easier when you go to blend it. If you cut it on a bend. Now I'm blending. It's already bent and ready to go into shape. Okay. So there's another component. I don't know. Okay. My third component was just, I took about 2 inches of chain, gold chain, and I did a gold ball. And where's my other, a gold ball. Then I did a flat O shape rhinestone ball, and then another ball. Okay, and that's my last and third component. Bend it. Up, over, and down. Change. And switch pliers. And I'm going to bend it with my fingers. Till you feel it tight. And when you feel it tight, just stop, because you will and can break your bead just by even turning it. even before you go to cut it and blend. I left a little bit too much on that one. See if I can get in there and get more off. Cover it up. Because I like my eyes. Protect your eyes. Okay. So that's my third component. And then I just added them to my chains. I took a 3-link chain. My little handy dandy. Okay, open my jump ring. Open my jump ring and put this chain, and I'll put that on there. I'm not doing that right. Okay, I am gonna do that, but I need another one for the top. That way I got some swing on it. Okay, there's the first component. And then for my second, open my jump ring. These pliers are magnetized. And it's good because, you don't lose as much, but it really clings to it. And close it. When I close my jump rings, I kind of like fidget back and forth a little bit. To me, it seems like it finds the center better. I don't know. It's just me. And then for my last one, I know I used more jump rings on this one than the last one, but I can go back and change that. Add them. Okay, so this one. Open. Now, when I decided to put it on the ear wire, at first, when I first put it on, I didn't put spacers in it. But then everything kind of crowded up together. Everything kind of crowded up together. So I said, let me put some spacers in it so that it wouldn't be all crowded together. So that's why I used the black beads in the middle. So what I did was I took my 6 wire, 6 size bell making, and I used the next to the largest one, the fifth one, and I went kind of halfway. Made my indentation, and then up, over, and down, switch. But when I switched, I kind of left it open. I left it open so that I can add my components because I'm adding these beads. I had to leave it open. So a bead, a component. I did start with this one. A bead. Now some people have been doing the mirror image. I got this one in the middle, and it's going to be in the middle on both of them. I started with the right side on the other one. I started with the left side on this one. And another bead. And the last component. Oh, I didn't put this one on. Or did I? I didn't put it on the daggone ring. I just put it on here. On the chain, I just put it on the component. So, let me open this up again. If I can find it. That's it. And open it up. And put it, swisher, 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 swisher. Okay, and then, now I gotta use another jump ring. I tell you, when I had nails, I didn't appreciate them as much as when I cut them all down because they was breaking off. My nails will grow, but then they get to a point and they just start cracking off. And it drives me crazy. So I said this time, this year, I'm going to be more attentive to my nails, even though working with glue and paint and everything is no guarantee that they're going to always be painted. But I'll do my best. Okay. And then I use my pliers again, my flat nose, and completing the circle. And start my wrap. Just 1, 2. If you want it real tight, use your pliers to get it real good and tight. Like if you hold it with one plier and turn it with another one, it'll make that real tight. And if you can do it with your fingers, it's good because it's easier and faster. But I like the tightness it gives me with the pliers. Okay. And as I said before, if you cut on a bend, it, it makes it better. And what I mean by a bend is it bends around here, around that part. And then cut it. I wish I knew how to edit my videos where it can zoom in on things. And I've seen people, um, YouTubers, especially the ones that have been doing it for a long time, zoom in on something after they've shot it. I guess. I don't know. I guess it's the next class I should take is video and editing. Both. Okay, so I'm going to stand this up as much as I can for right now. So we have our components on. Now to make our ear wire. I'm just going to bend it. And then I'm going to use the next to the last size. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go 3/4 of the way up, turn, and I'm going to go up some more, turn, and then I'm going to hold the stem and turn back toward me as I'm going down, as I'm completing that. Or as this goes down to meet this, I turn my wrist. So that's how I make mine. And make my little bend here. Then I take my reamer. Oh, I didn't know it was so far away. Let's start looking at it. Take my reamer and just get that hardness off, that sharp edge. Kind of file it down. I seen somebody had an electric one. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get that. And you can just kind of file it down as well. And just to harden I'm going to use my bench block. And just shake this a couple times. Hit it. And you can test it, and it is harder. You can tell it's harder. It feels harder and everything. Okay, so there I have. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add my other. So I just straighten it back out. And good thing I noticed that. And I put that on here. Okay. And now, like I said, I used the last one next to the last size. And I bend And I hope I have enough because I cut it. Come on. And then we'll cut that close. So there we have it. Our boho black and chain. Chain, chain, chain. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel. I'm on the up, try to be. Thank you.